What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is John Jake Gaming on the mic, and today we are going to take on the Chippewas from Central Michigan, as they're a pretty similar overall team as us, C plus, C, B minus, or C minus, C plus, C minus, but Kurt Hertrick is going to rock with us because we are undefeated so far this year. The best start ever in St. Thomas history, at least at the FBS level. We are 5-0 on the season, and it had me wondering, how close we are in the top 25 polls, or at least getting to a point where we are ranked at the moment. As right now, top 3 teams are Wisconsin, Alabama, Pittsburgh. Those are the top 3 teams so far this season. And scrolling down this list so far, the one thing I actually do not see is St. Thomas on this list right now, so a little disrespect, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm looking at these other receiving votes, and we are have the most votes among the group at 193. So I mean, what I'm seeing is, if we win this game against Central Michigan, we should be able to become ranked for the first time in this dynasty. So yeah, man, needless to say, I am super excited to get this game going, and if you are too, make sure you smash that like button as well as subscribe if you have to be new. Let's go ahead and play the Chippewas from Central Michigan. So there are definitely some big things on the line here, man, as if we win this game, we'll go 6-0, which extends our school record for most wins in a row, as well as get ranked in the top 25, but we might have some trouble here. As first play from scrimmage, Clifford Bolden takes it 74 yards downfield. Had him in the backfield originally, but then no one can figure out how to make a tackle. And at that point, Bolden was able to win a foot race all by himself, as Central Michigan does take a 7-0 lead already. As now St. Thomas will take over. We'll see what we can do next as we try to throw over the middle to Isaiah Thomas, and that's picked off. That time, Justice able to get in front of Isaiah Thomas, and it probably has to be one of the worst starts that you could do right now. As now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 5. We do get the tackle though on Blake Miller, forcing the sack. And they will have to settle for a field goal, but wow, that was a really tough one to swallow. As now we got 2nd and 8 on our drive. This time we get some positive results. Rashad Bird able to drive it 25 yards upfield, make the catch. We just gotta get some positive momentum going, because right now all of the momentum is in Central Michigan's hands at the moment. That's certainly not good for us going forward. As now we got a 3rd and 1 coming up here. Johnson going to go ahead and keep it, but then is cut short for the 3rd down attempt. But you know what? We are going to go for it though, and the reason we're going for it is we're kind of in no man's land right now, and just can't handle that. So gonna try to pick up the first here as Alex Garcia drops the pass. And so now the Chippewas will be taking over. Keep in mind, this is a squad that is, not very good. They have 1 win, I believe, coming into this game. And right now, they are just giving us the business right now. As we go ahead and try to stop Clifford Bolden, he picks up another 1st down. We'll see what they do here on this 1st and 10. As they drop back, Jonathan Bozeman has to come back and make the behind-the-back grab, it seems like. But, it's still able to make the grab regardless. As the Chippewas still continue to move this thing downfield for sure. Looking to take a 17-0 lead here in this 1st quarter. We got to do what we can to make sure that doesn't happen, as we get a glitch on their end. But because we can't make a tackle, Blake Miller was still able to find a way to get 5 yards on that one. And it's just one of those games, man, where early on, everything is going wrong for us. Everything is going right for them. As Bolden gets them a lot closer. 5-yard gain. 1st and goal. As Miller is going to go ahead and take it on the read option. And he gets in uncontested. Blake Miller again in the end zone for the Chippewas, and we find ourselves down 17-0. So now it's definitely time for us to wake up for sure. We gotta get some points on the board to make sure that this doesn't turn to a blowout, as Coley is going to take it up the gut for the first play of our drive. Pick up 6 yards, not too shabby. Next play, Johnson looking to the left-hand side. He finds Alex Garcia, makes the move to get past the defender briefly. It's a gain of 23 yards. One of our first downs of this entire game, it seems like. As now there's Thomas making another catch, this time for a gain of 17. He gets on the stat sheet for the first time today. As now Johnson going to dump it down this time to Jamie Smith, who does try to get forward but was pushed back. Still a 5-yard gain, as now we'll hand off to Coley, trying to get into the end zone, and we almost get there. Seems like we'll be right on the 1-inch line. As now 1st and goal, we're going to get in with Boyd. Yes, he does. And now St. Thomas finds herself on the board. Thanks to the Kajaye board. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tommies. And now we cut this thing down to 10 points. As we give the ball back to the Chippewas following the kickoff. Let's see if we can get a stop for the first time today. As Bolden's able to break another tackle. Zaire Hill has to come in and clean things up finally. But another 5-yard gain that honestly shouldn't have happened. As now they do throw on the next play. Get it over to the tight end in James Jones. Breaking another tackle before being forced out of bounds eventually. A 19-yard gain on the play. As now Bolden taking it to the left-hand side. He's got some space and nearly jukes out. Looks like Zaire Hill, but does trip and fall as we do end the first quarter already, finding ourselves down 17-7. A very rough experience in that first quarter. Let's hope the second quarter brings better things for us, and it looks like that might not be the case, as Miller's going to take this thing down the sideline, but will eventually brought down by a slew of Tommy defenders. As now the Chippewas will continue this thing, this time sitting just outside of the red zone. Getting it to Wilson, Edmund Wilson of the Chippewas offense. First catch of the day for 8. And now we got a 3rd and short coming up here. We need a stop here on 3rd down for sure. We need it badly, of course. As they go for the halfback screen. Black is tracking it. He can't get there in time though. And it's nearly a touchdown for Adam Dorsey, who's eventually brought down, it looks like, at about the 2-yard line. As a couple plays later, Bolden will somehow get past our defense. We had to contain pretty well, but of course still able to find their way in there. And it's a 24-7 ball game. Definitely was not expecting this from a 1-4 squad in Central Michigan. As now we'll have to try to get those points back. Bird is open over the middle. He makes the grab for another 32-yard gain. He had a 25-yard catch earlier and is able to get an even deeper catch. You know, that should definitely help us out as now we try to throw it to Alex Garcia, who was going to be open on that right-hand side, but just didn't have the time to get it off. And now all of a sudden we need a 4th down conversion here. Don't want to be like last time and give him good field position to work with, as Kajaye Boyd able to make the catch. A gain of 22 yards there, and it keeps the Thomas drive alive. As we'll go ahead, go with the read option next play. Johnson going to go ahead and keep it up the middle and pick up 6. As we get ourselves in striking distance once again. Got to come through here on this 3rd and 4. As Johnson dropping back, he's looking, facing pressure, and he gets sacked in the backfield. Loss of 11. And St. Thomas will have to settle for the field goal this time around. We find ourselves down by 2 possessions. And so hopefully our defense can come through. We have struggled all day today. And even when we do contain them, we can't make the tackles either. The sad part is we have it on conservative, so we shouldn't be having these problems. But, you know, that has just simply not been the case today. As Blake Miller picks up the first. Now he's going to stop and throw. Looking. Sitting like a statue, but finds Stephen Scott deep for another touchdown pass, as, you know, Zaire Hill was beat deep and could not catch up. That is the best player on our team getting beat badly. In a blink of an eye, it's a 31-10 ball game here, as we do get this kickoff back. Let's see if Boyd can make something happen for us, as Boyd is down the sideline, tries to juke, but puts his foot out of bounds. But we will be at the 45-yard line, though. A great return for Kajaye Boyd. Maybe this could be the spark that we need, as now we give it off to Lucas Coley. He picks up the first down, and we'll immediately go into a no huddle so we can do what we can to try to cut into his lead. As now Thomas gonna go over the middle. He picks up 10 more yards on that one for his second catch of the day. But the clock is still ticking. Tick, 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 as Chris Berman would say. 2nd and inches now. Getting into Garcia, who stepped his foot out of bounds. If we would have just stayed in bounds, we would have scored on that play. But we're going to have to try to get it done the old-fashioned way. Got to get it to Antoine Johnson. He takes the read option up the right-hand side. It's very close, as we did stall on the last couple of plays. So we can get something going here, and that's broken up by Robert McLaren. And we'll have to go into the locker room with a pretty bad deficit. We're finding ourselves down 31-13. Definitely our worst showing so far this season for sure. But hopefully we can turn things around here in the second half. We definitely need it. We got to get a touchdown here if we want to at least set a good tone for this second half. We've been down by a lot before. A couple of games ago, we were down to Georgia State 28-3 in the middle of the second quarter. We just got to make sure that, you know, we take care of business here in these next few drives. That's going to really help us out from here on out, as we do have a 3rd and 3 here. Going to go ahead and change the play call, though. Switch it to more of an inside run. They don't have a lot of people in the box at the moment, as Johnson going to go ahead and snap it to Coley. He takes up the middle, and it's a great call, as there was nobody there to greet him. Coley rang the doorbell, but nobody was there, so he kicked that thing down. It's a fresh set of downs for the Tommies, as we'll go ahead and run a read option on the next play. Johnson, he goes up the middle, picks up 10 more yards. Looks a little shaken up, but seems like he's fine. Just might need that stem and ice, though, as on the next play, we throw another interception, as Coley's going to try to track him down to at least prevent the touchdown here. And what a terrible exchange of events, as they're arguing, but that was honestly Antoine Johnson's fault. Kajaye Boyd had to come back for it. If he was able to get that in stride, Kajaye Boyd was gone. But, you know, nothing we can do about that now, as Central Michigan takes over once again. Miller's going to try to throw to the end zone, though, and it's nearly caught. But Zaire Hill did break that pass up, though. So hopefully we can get this 3rd down stop, at least hold him to a field goal, something. As 3rd and 6, they try to go to Jones, and no, we cannot. They get 7 when we need to hold them to 6 or less. And it's a goal line situation again. We got to do what we can to make sure they don't get into the end zone here, as they're another touchdown. Another touchdown for these Chippewas. As Chowder once said back on Cartoon Network, man, and nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it's all going wrong. And now it's 38-13, as Johnson going to set the drop back now on our next possession. Going to try to throw it to Miller, and looks like a fumble. I thought they were going to count that as an incompletion, but apparently I'm terribly wrong. A bad call on the field, as they rule that a fumble, even though Miller did not have time to make a football move. And now Central Michigan once again taking over, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, they score a touchdown here, probably going to sim out, because this is certainly not it, Chief. Certainly not it whatsoever, but thankfully we don't have to worry about that right now. We actually get a stop, and we do get the field goal, but still stands here. If we don't score in this drive, we're going to sim out, because this ain't it. So let's hope we can get something going, maybe keep the dream alive, as we find Isaiah Thomas downfield. He gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And, you know, Antoine Johnson's going to call the troops to the line quickly. First and 10. Johnson over to Isaiah Thomas, but it's dropped for the incompletion. So now we got a 3rd and 8 coming up. Johnson now looking, going to try to get it over to Rashawn Bird. He makes another catch. Another gain of 14 on that one. Gotta keep moving forward though. Can't waste much time. As Johnson looking, gonna get it over to Bird, who takes a licking, but still hangs on and makes the catch regardless though. And now, 2nd and 5. Johnson dropping back, looking and finds Thomas, but Thomas can't make the catch. It's dropped for an incompletion. And now it's 3rd and 5. Johnson's going to drop back to pass here because why not? We tried to get it to Jared Odom, but it was overthrown. But you know, we saw something here. We're going to go for it. We don't have anything to lose at this point. It's already looking pretty bad for us, to be honest. As now Johnson going to throw, and it's incomplete. Chad Jones deflects the pass. But you know what? I'm going to keep holding on to those dreams. Maybe we can get something going. I liked what I saw on that last drive. Let's just see what our defense can do here, though, as Edmund Wilson does make the catch, though. And now, 1st and 10 for the Chippewas. Anderson going to hand it off to Bolden once again. Another near 1st down for the 99 overall Mom's credit card running back. Bolden killing us today. Nearly 10 yards per carry. Absolutely ridiculous out here, man, as we can't get any tackles either. 3 Tommies there to make a play, none of them being able to do it. Another 10-yard run that improves the yard per carry average, if that's even possible. But we do at least get him to 3rd and 13 though, as Anderson dropping back, he's looking, gonna try to throw to the right side, but it's incomplete. Marcus Anderson only throwing 4 passes all day today, as we're just trying desperately to get something going here. Let's see if Boyd can make something happen for us so that we can get back into this game. We do get the blocks that we need. Boyd has the speed. He only has one more man to beat. He can't do it. And Kajaye Boyd is gone. 104-yard return for the senior return man, who was named All-American last season. Sets a new NCAA record. And we do get a touchdown back, cutting this thing down to 24 points. So maybe there is just a small sprinkle of hope down by 3 possessions, but we cannot allow any more points for the rest of this game if we want to make the comeback come true. As now, 2nd and inches for the Chippewas. Anderson is ready to go. Gonna hand it off to the credit card running back once again, making another 6-yard carry on that one. So now a couple plays later, Anderson dropping back, gonna throw it short to James Jones, who does get to the outside. Brian Anderson does force him out of bounds. And now 1st and 10 coming up. Marcus Anderson dropping back, finding another open receiver. This time Stephen Scott makes the play. Jesus Scudworth though does come up and make the tackle, which is impressive enough because we can't seem to spell tackling today for some reason. As we gotta get those 4s up. I don't have hope, but maybe we can at least finish strong here in this final quarter. So let's go, man. 2nd and 4 coming up as Anderson drops back to pass. And it's incomplete, actually. Dale Garrison was there on the coverage that forces that incompletion. As now we got a 3rd and 4 coming up here. Anderson's going to hand it off. Can we get somebody over there? And no, we cannot. Another 1st down for the Chippewas. And unless we get a turnover, it's not looking very good, man, whatsoever, as they're just continuing to drive up this field without any regard for us. As Jones is going to pick up another, close to another 1st down. As a couple plays later, we do get him to a 3rd and 3. Anderson going to try to scramble, but this time we make him fumble. But of course, the only Chippewa out of 7 Tommies gets the fumble, of course. And they do get the field goal. So now that the St. Thomas offense is back on the field, let's see if we can make something shake here as we throw into a tight window to Alex Garcia. It does work out for us that time, though, as we do nearly pick up the first down. 2nd and inches coming up, though. Johnson's looking. He's just going to scramble and slide down, you know, at least not get hurt. That's the bare minimum that I'm asking right now. As Johnson going to try to throw to Thomas. That's off target. Kyle Gaver was there on the coverage, though. And now we got a 2nd and 10 coming up. Johnson is in the shotgun, dropping back, looking, finds Adrian Allen, and it's intercepted. And I think that's the cue for us to sim out, because we are just not getting anything going for us, man. Man, it was just one of those games, man. You know what I'm saying? Where nothing goes right for us, and everything goes right for them. It was definitely one of those games, man, for sure. As they definitely killed us out there, man, and they just never, put their foot off the gas, man. And we've done this every year since we joined the MAC conference, in that we put together these solid campaigns, and then we always have that one game where just everything goes wrong for us, and we just, I don't know if we come out flat, or we're just underestimating our opponent. But we get the hammer brought down to us at least once a year since we joined. Checking out the stats for our guys, though, and I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't think anybody really had a good game. Antoine Johnson did have 280 yards, but had 3 interceptions, though one of them was not his fault. The other 2 were pretty disgusting to look at. Did have 1 TD, though. Couldn't really get much going on the ground, though. Lucas Coley did have 8 carries for 51 yards, which led, all St. Thomas ball carriers. But, Kajaye Boyd's got a touchdown. He had 6 carries for 19 yards as well. It's pretty okay. Receivers did get plenty of work. 2 guys had 6 catches today, in Rashawn Bird and Alex Garcia, each getting 6 catches, 93 and 71 yards each. The only person to get into the end zone, though, was freshman redshirt Tyreek Miller. He had 2 catches for 28 yards today. And this defense, finally, just could not catch a break whatsoever. Zaire Hill did lead the team in tackles today, was 7. That's the first time he's led the team in tackles this season. We did get to the quarterback a few times, though. Buster Porter got a sack, and then same can be said for Jared Odom and Joe Henry. But no turnovers, and like I said, when you give up 47 points, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. That is just not it, Chief. It's not it at all. So we do receive some not so great news as well off the field, as Maurice Tremblay has decided to commit to Eastern Michigan. So we'll have to try to throw up against him these next 4 years. However, we do get a little bit of a consolation prize, though, as Darius Landry does decide to commit to the squad. So now, next episode, we will return home to play against Ball State, who are 4-2 on the season right now. They're 1-1 just like us. So, we still have an opportunity to, at least do some damage in the MAC conference, even though we no longer have the opportunity to go undefeated on the season. It's going to be interesting to see if we can turn around, and I hope that we sure can. If you're excited about the rest of the St. Thomas season like I am, though, make sure you smash that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, hoping you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.